Bravo, as always.
And then
fuck this.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, I wonder.
Hi guys. So I know it's been a while, but I'm back with another video. You know, we got some nice scenery today, even though it's backlit right now, but it's gonna get better later, I promise you. But today, I thought I would make a video talking about how I went from being probably the unhappiest I've been in a really long time to now where I'm probably the happiest I've been in a really long time, like in years. Which is crazy because I originally did not want to come to Korea at all and stay here for as long as I have stayed here. I thought while I do that, I would also kind of walk around and film outside and kind of show you guys around where I live and how pretty it is, because I feel like a lot of the times I forget to appreciate how pretty it is around where I live, just like how I forget to appreciate all the good things in my life, which I'll get to later. But before I get into actually talking about the stuff I changed in my life, I thought I would give you guys a little bit of background to preface all the stuff I'm about to say. Basically, back in March when the coronavirus hit for the first time, my school closed down over spring break. So I didn't even really have time to say goodbye to any of my friends, and I just had to pack up my room alone and fly to Korea on a really short notice. And so at that point, I was probably the unhappiest I've been in a really long time, since it sounds stupid and very like insignificant when you consider everything else going on in the world, but I was really sad about missing my prom, missing graduation, missing my spring break. All of that stuff was stuff I was really looking forward to for a while, so it sucked that it got taken away in such a short period of time. But when I first came to Korea, I was definitely not in the best headspace. I was so negative and mean to people around me. Like, I was so mean to my family in like March and April and partially into May, which I definitely feel really bad about looking back on it. I would just like lash out at my parents about like these smallest things that I used to never lash out about. It went from me thinking it was just like once in a while things to a point where like a month later I was like, is this just like who I am? Am I just like a mean person, like a mean-spirited person? Is this part of my identity? So that was really hard for me to think about. But anyways, it started to get better, you know, little by little as like the summer went on, going into the fall. I feel like a lot of the changes I made were like very gradual, and it was like I didn't even realize I was making these changes that made me like a happier, nicer person to be around. I feel like the changes and like the drastic changes really kicked in the past month, to be honest. Like in October probably was when I took some actions that really brought me to the place I am right now, where I'm like so happy. But yeah, let's get into the next part of the video and go to our next location.
Oh man, welcome to the trade show. We got what you need, bring them something they could pay for. Painted on a smile when I'm stepping on my doorstep. I need from the world what she giving me before.
Oh my god. Okay, we're at the next location. This is just, oh my god, I'm not in shot. So I'm just sitting at a tennis court. I just thought it was nice because it's very green. I don't know if you guys can see the floor, but it's just like green, and I thought that was nice. And also we have this nice chair in the background, so I thought that was pretty cute. I have some notes, so I need to look at my notebook while I'm going through these. The first thing that I did to go from being in the shittiest mood I've been in to the best mood I've been in is improve my body image. So I know this sounds very superficial, but I'm being honest and real here. Kind of a precursor to this entire thing. Back in March when I first came to Korea and I was under quarantine for 2 weeks, I wasn't moving that much, and honestly, that was a point where I had the worst body image that I've had in my entire life. I was the heaviest I've ever been. I felt like my face looked really chubby. I felt like I had a double chin, and I just like didn't like the way I looked whatsoever. And honestly, if you go back and watch my old videos, like my Common App, reading my Common App video, and also my stats and extracurriculars video, you can tell that I was a lot more soft-spoken and shy and really awkward in front of the camera. And you know, a part of that probably does have to do with the fact that now I'm used to talking to a black lens. But I also felt like a majority of it had to do with the fact that I did not feel comfortable and confident in myself. The best way I can describe how I felt was I just didn't feel like I was in my own body in a way. Like when I would look in the mirror, like that was not how I remembered myself looking like. So like every time I looked in the mirror, I was kind of like, oh no. Like a single tear flows down my face. I'm kidding, I wasn't that dramatic, but honestly at times like inside it felt that way. I don't want you guys to take this as me being like, oh, like gaining weight is bad. Like that concept by itself is not bad at all, and I'm all for body positivity at all sizes. And I think like all of my friends, whatever size they are, that they look bomb as, I'm not gonna swear, just bomb, I guess. That sounds weird to say, but I think a lot of people can relate with me when I say this, that we're always more critical of ourselves than others. To kind of go about fixing this, I guess, is it started off with Chloe Ting workouts. Oh my god. Because I was under quarantine, and also the gym near my place is closed because of COVID, and it only recently opened up like a month ago. So I would just do these Chloe Ting workouts with my mom. I know like online, you know, the 2-week Chloe Ting challenge was a huge thing, and so I did that, you know, expecting amazing results. I didn't get, you know, massive results, but it was really nice and encouraged me and gave me a peace of mind in a way to slowly see results coming and slowly seeing, you know, my weight going down a little and seeing a little more definition in my body. And that definitely did a lot to like kind of jumpstart me improving myself and becoming happier and being less spiteful around people. Because I mean, I don't like to say it, but my body image is at like a lot of times closely tied to my mood. And then, like I said, my gym opened up like a month ago, so I started going to the gym when it opened up, and I'm in the process of trying to get into lifting weights lately because, I don't know, I kind of want to try something new because what I was doing I felt like wasn't really cutting it for me. I'm saying to be honest so much in this video, but to be honest, I was probably in the best shape I've been in like 2 years-ish back in May. So that wasn't that long ago, and I weighed like the least I have in like 2 years probably, and I start to see like definition in my abs, and I was super psyched about that. But also I feel like in a what I'm eating sense, it was not the healthiest for me because I was literally eating 2 kiwis for breakfast and then skipping lunch and just eating dinner. So that's obviously not a healthy diet, and it wasn't like fueling me correctly. And also, even though I was like getting definition in my abs and like losing weight, my like ass was so flat. Oh my god, like my mom would literally be like, you have no butt whatsoever. And I was like, I know, but I'm like working out, I'm doing all this stuff, why isn't it growing, I guess? That's so cringy, but that's how I felt. And then when I went back to Michigan for 3 weeks to stay with my brother, I gained like all of the weight I lost back. So now I'm trying to take like a different approach, I guess, and kind of lift weights to kind of like grow my muscle instead of focusing so much on how much I weigh, like the number on the scale. And you know, it's a work in progress. Next, well, this also kind of falls under the whole like better body image thing, but I bought new clothes. Oh my god, this video is starting off so materialistic, I guess, which like it was not what I thought it would sound like, but Again, being honest. I spent money on my appearance and it helped my confidence. When I came to Korea, I realized that the majority of clothes that I owned was from like freshman and sophomore year, or like even middle school, to be honest, like a lot of my shirts. And I just didn't really feel confident or like good in any of those clothes anymore. And also I used to always buy from, you know, like fast fashion, like Forever 21 fast fashion. So obviously after you wear it like a few times, it just gets shitty and you need to throw it away and it gets all linty and like stretched out. So I didn't really like any of my clothes. And that also kind of had to do with, you know, not feeling confident in myself and happy about myself, because every time I would go out, I would not like anything that I'm wearing, you know? A lot of the times, like in high school or even in middle school when I was buying clothes, I wasn't buying the clothes that I was buying because I really liked them and really felt confident in them. I was buying them because they were cheap. I feel like once I realized that, I was able to kind of be more mindful and like put more thought into what clothes I was buying and really asking myself, like, can I see myself wearing this a lot in the future? And also another way I invested in myself in a physical sense, I guess, is I got lash extensions. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me like zoom in. Oh my god. You know, my lashes right now look a lot longer than they usually do. Not only did I get lash extensions for the lash extensions, but I also got it because, you know, sometimes I want to feel bougie and like I'm treating myself. I've always been, you know, at varying intensities, self-conscious about my lashes because I have Asian lashes, so they grow straight down. But with these babies, like, they look like luscious and natural all day long. But yeah, that concludes the materialistic area of this video, which ended up being a lot longer than I expected it to, but it was a part of what made me feel better, so I thought it was important to note. And now we will move on to the next secret location. Let's go! Oh my god! Let's go! But also, before I leave, can I do a cartwheel? Let's go! Oh my god! Let's go! I like how I just said I've been working out lately, but I'm so drained from walking up this hill. Oh my god. Ah! She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, I wonder what she hides. Abort. There's someone down there. Oh my god, there's someone there too. Fuck. So basically, I was about to go to this mini stream / really pretty mini waterfall by my house to film the next part, but I saw this lady with her dog and I'm not comfortable enough to film around people yet, so maybe you'll see it in another video. Oh my god. But also it's really cold and I can't feel my fingers, so we're filming the rest of this video in my room. Oh my god. So like I said, we're filming the rest of this video in my room. I'm also not gonna bother cleaning my room, so that's why we're at this weird angle right now. Okay, anyways, the second thing that kind of got me out of the weird funk that I was in was I got a job. Can you believe it? I got a job. The punchline of this is like I got a job, but also like more than that, this is more about me seeking out what I really wanted and going after stuff that I used to not go and seek, if that makes sense. I'll get into the specifics later. Basically, in the summer and in the beginning of the fall semester, I just felt like I kind of had like a hole inside of me, not in like a depressing, like emotional way, but more in I just feel unfulfilled with what I'm doing right now, and I feel like I'm not really using my time productively whatsoever, and I feel like I didn't really have a purpose I really didn't like that feeling. That probably had a large part to do with me not feeling confident in myself and just, you know, being down for the majority of the summer and the spring. But what kickstarted this whole seeking out what I want thing was about a month ago. Again, like I said, this whole thing basically kickstarted a month ago. I was laying in bed again at like 2 a.m. in the morning probably, and I was watching Damon Dominique's videos. He's like a American YouTuber who lives in France, and in one of his videos he was like traveling somewhere really cool, and he just sat down and said,
If your life was a movie, would you want to watch this part of your life when you're like 70 or 80 years old?
and I don't know what about that it was, but I just like was in bed and I was like, shit, he's right. Would I? And I was like, no, I wouldn't, because right now all I'm doing is taking classes and watching Netflix in my free time. And so I was like, oh my god, like life is short. I need to go after what I want to do when I have time, when I have the opportunity. I keep on telling myself, oh, I'm in Korea, so I can't do all of these cool things, but that's just not true, you know? So I'm not even joking you, that night at 2 a.m. I went to my desk and I updated my resume, I wrote a whole ass cover letter, and I sent it out to 8 different like Korean ACT, AP tutoring schools, centers, I guess. And you know, most of them didn't reply to me, but 2 did. I got an interview with 1 and I got the job. The moral of this whole like story I'm telling isn't like to tell you that, oh, if you go after what you want, you're going to get it. I think it's more about, I don't really believe in manifestation, but I believe in kind of like the branching off of that, where it's like if you know in your heart that you want to do something and you're determined to get to a certain goal, you're just going to be more likely to seek out opportunities that's going to lead you to that goal, you know? You know, write these cover letters and update my resume and send them out to all these places. I would have never gotten that job. Even if I did all of that and didn't get a job, I would still have had a higher chance of getting that job than if I didn't do any of that stuff at all. You get me? That was explained really poorly. Anyways, that's kind of like the mindset that I've been in now, where I'm just like, if I want to do something, I just ask myself, what is keeping me from doing that? 90% of the time, for my case personally, it's just I'm too lazy, or I just like never get started in reaching that goal. And so that's what I did, and now look at me. Oh my god. And then the third thing that I did to kind of pull me out of the spiteful mood and spiteful person I was, oh my god, was that I started to put myself out there more and put myself not in uncomfortable positions, but in opportunities that I had to push myself to get myself into, if that makes sense. And I honestly think that this is the biggest thing that kind of helped me in the past month. I honestly started doing this a month ago, and since then my happiness level and my mood has been like psh, you know? Like, for example, I started to go to Seoul almost every single weekend. One, because I had a job now, but also even if I didn't have any plans for that weekend, I would still go and try to make plans once I get there, or even just explore Seoul by myself and just go to places that I've never been to. I just think a lot of that has helped me kind of consistently gain new experiences and keep myself from being bored and feeling lazy with my life. But yeah, I also started connecting with people I used to not connect with. Like, I used to be really close with my cousins, especially this one cousin that I have on my mom's side, like 5 years ago, but then we kind of stopped talking and hanging out. But then last weekend, actually, I stayed at her house and we hung out for a really long time, and we got to go to a lot of cool places in Seoul that I never even knew existed, and it was just such a good weekend. Like, it was probably the best weekend I've had. It was so nice. And the thing is, I was kind of nervous before going into that weekend because I was like, oh, we haven't really been close in a lot of years. I don't know if it's gonna be awkward. I don't know if I'm gonna be bothering her. But once I put myself into the actual position and I hung out with her, it was so fun, you know? And so I feel like I kind of got rid of, you know, the thought in my mind of being scared of something that I haven't even done yet. I also downloaded Tinder. I can't believe I'm saying this in an actual like video and not a live stream. When I first downloaded the app, I had no intention of meeting with anyone or really even having a lot of conversations on it. I just wanted to see what kind of people were on Tinder in Korea. But then I started swiping and I matched with some really cute people, you know? So I had some conversations, some of them good, some of them are weird, some of them are bad. But you know, it's a mixed bag, and honestly, you can't get anything good without experiencing some of the bad stuff that comes along with it too, you know? I also actually ended up meeting up with 2 or 3 people. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. But yeah, majority of them were mediocre, and I didn't meet up with them again. But one in particular was really good, like the one that happened last weekend. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. But it's okay, he doesn't know about this channel, so it's totally fine, hopefully. To be honest, the first like 1 or 2 that I went on, I was like, I don't think Tinder dates are for me, because I just kept on having these shallow like conversations that I wasn't really interested in anyways. But then I just went on one that was really good, so I guess hope is not lost. But honestly, regardless of whether the dates were good or bad, I'm just kind of like happy with myself for, you know, having new experiences and putting myself out there in situations that I previously did not feel comfortable doing. And even for like the good one in particular, yeah, I would love to see him again, but also more than that, I'd still be content with not going on another date, because I still had a really good time that one time I hung out with him, even if he wasn't into me, and that still kind of added to my overall happiness, I guess. And I think that's everything I wrote in my notebook of notes for what I was gonna say in this video. Oh, actually there's one more like small thing. Lastly, whatever. I started to not care about looking stupid if it made me happy.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay, even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna mess around. You're the only one I want there at the end of my story. It's the only thing I figured out, 'cause everything else in my life without you would be boring. And we'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down.
Okay. That was the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.